Man, I'm starting to get the hang of this thing here. Won't be long, I'll be rocking and rolling and picking and grinning on it. Man, I sure miss this guitar. Anyhow, Ed Kirkpatrick, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, each and every one of you, for sure. I'm glad if I hope make you laugh a little bit. That's what it's all about. You know, we all walk and talk in Jesus, but we also need to laugh a little bit. Night story, I'm going to get back to old Frank Chambers there. Yeah, old Frank. One time I went to Maine and Frank called me up and going to Maine. Yeah, man, well, I'll ride with you. I said, I'm flying, Frank. He said, I ain't flying. I said, well, I'm going to Maine. Well, where are you going? The same place? Okay. I'll drive up there. Yeah, right. Okay. So next day I, get a plane, get up there and got to go to Boston, change planes, and you fly into Bangor. Then you got to rent a car or truck, whatever you can find, and run up the road. Well, lo and behold, I didn't know Frank hung the phone up that night. He left. Well, I landed in Bangor, Maine the next evening. It was about 6 o'clock. It was dark in November. Maine gets dark quicker. It also gets the sunrise up a little earlier, too. Anyway, there's Frank standing there when I get off the plane. I'm like, what the heck? He must have got an earlier flight than me, Hey, Frank, what's going on? Hey, man. Where you staying at? I said, that motel right over here on the airport, the Marriott. And I'm supposed to have a rental car in the morning. Oh, you don't need a rental car. You need to go and cancel it. He said, I done drove up here. I said, you done what? Drove up here. I drove all night long. Holy smokes. He said, you get a room with 2 beds? I said, yeah, I got a double. Good, but I'm going to sleep on one of them. I'm tired. I said, all right. I said, well, you want to get something to eat? I said, I had some airplane food. He said, oh, man, I'm worried. I got to lay my head down. Let's get your stuff and get to the motel. I said, all right. So I go to the motel, we get in there and I go there and quarter a bunch of cracker machines and, well, we get up next morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And Frank said, hey, I got this. He had one of these atlases. Back in the day, you had this Gazette company, or I think it was anyway, started with a G. They put out these atlases to, these states. And pretty cool thing. I know you find all that on the internet now, so don't preach to me about that. But it's easier to find one of them old atlases is sometimes than to get on the internet and look for a particular place. He had one on a place called Bar Harbor. Bar, B-A-R, Harbor. And it was just right outside of where we was at. He said, they got the best breakfast places over there, to say. I said, all right, what we going to do? Let's go eat it. We're going to go and eat breakfast. I said, all right. So make me some motel coffee here real quick, And anyway, we drove, out of there and across a bridge or two, and we get these little islands that dot the Maine coast. Beautiful place, absolutely beautiful place. It could probably be also one of the worst places you ever want to be there. One of them nor'easters or some snow. You don't want to be there. Anyhow, we see this little place there. It pulls up. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Pull up, get out. Go in this restaurant. And they just opened up. We are early. And this waitress said, kind of looked like flow from the, not the progressive flow, but the flow from the, anyway, it's a long story. But anyhow, you know, them waitresses up there, they had a little uniform on. She had hair back, ponytail. We come in the door, kind of look around, you know. She just sit anywhere, I'll be right with you. I got to check on the coffee pot. So we, you know, found a little booth and sat down. A minute or two later, here comes, you know, strolling up there. He said, you guys want coffee? Yeah. And we got several types. And where I come from, any restaurant or breakfast place, they had one coffee, that was it. This is the first time I done got introduced to a menage a trois of coffee flavors. I thought that was only a West Coast thing, but they were doing it on the East Coast back in the daggum early 80s. And she said, we got a special on the American blend, and then she pointed toward a chalkboard, you know. And so Frank said, oh, the American blend's on sale for $1. She said, yep. I said, I want one of those. Frank said, well, I want a glass of sweet tea. I done drank all the coffee I could stand the last 3 days. And the lady said, sweet tea? Oh, I thought, y'all from way down south, ain't you? Well, yeah. Well, you blankety blank blank, we don't do sweet tea here. Frank said, well, all right, you got a Coca-Cola? That we don't call, we just call it, you got a Coke. So he said, you got a Coke? She said, a dope? What are you talking about? I said, a Coca-Cola. No, we only have Pepsi. And she's cleaning the nozzles on the fountain right now, so you ain't gonna get none for a while. They soaking in Clorox. And she just walks off. Frank can't decide what the hell he's gonna drink, what the heck he's gonna drink. And I heard her go over there, and we could hear her. She said, we got 2 dumb blankety blank Southerners. They're from Georgia. Oh my God. I guess they want grits. She said, I ain't asking what they want. One of them can't make up his mind. One he wants to drink, wants some sweet tea. You know, I just, never mind. Anyway, we could overhear this, you know. Frank said, folks ain't taking too kindly to us already. I said, no, they're not. They kind of ticked. They said something about we're going to be asking for grits and biscuits. And they was laughing behind our back. I don't know if I want to order anything here or not. And then they got to talking, you know. The phone rang. I don't know what it was back in those days, you know, phone in a restaurant. They answered, you know. Hang the phone up, they forget about the whole world. Whatever the phone call was, that's where the restaurant's concentrated. They just forget about the people sitting out there. At least all I ever see. Anyway, we sat there a good little 15, 20 minutes, rocking along. She ain't even brought the coffee yet. So right, we need to get our tail out here and leave. I think you Gazette little deal there. It ain't for us. No, dang it. If she'll ever get her butt over here, I'm fitting to teach her a lesson. That's all right. I'm game. So finally she come walking back over there with a little notepad, and she's bringing a glass of water. She said, well, since you can't make up your mind, here's some water. It may help you. Now, what do y'all want? Frank said, Ed, I got this. I said, all right. I was convinced we wasn't going to eat there because he's afraid they're going to spit in their food or whatever. They didn't have no grits and they didn't have no biscuits. I knew it was time to go. And Frank looked at the young lady and said, I finally decided what I want. Oh, that's great. Well, do you mind telling me? Frank said, no. He said, I want 42 cups of that there special coffee y'all got. That's what I want, 42 cups of that coffee. And just dead silence. I was about to crack up. I was sitting there, you know, holding it in the best I could, turning away from her. And that old waitress popped back. She said, well, I guess you want 41 of them to go. Frank said, you got it, baby. You got it, darling. Don't call me darling. Boy, she turned around. Walked off. We cracked up. We laughed. And then the big old burly Marine looking cook come out from the back there. I don't know why he didn't go ahead and shave his head. He's about to lose all his hair anyhow. Kind of, you know. Said, I think y'all guys need to go. Frank said, yeah, you're probably right. Y'all had fun. We had fun. God bless you. And we scooted out of there and went down to the next little place. And I think time we got something to eat, it was a lobster roll. Yeah. That's where they put a lobster tail without the shell on a hamburger bun and say, here's a world famous lobster roll. Drench a little butter on that bad boy. Whew. It ain't bad, especially been cooked in seawater. All right, you two world, that was another trip to Maine and back with old Frank. Thanks for stopping by, Ed Kirkpatrick. God bless you. Adios.